Lebanese political party and militant group Hezbollah has revealed Washington offered to remove it from the terror watch list and give it financial aid if it dropped its resistance to Israel. RT's Hanisha Sethi picks up the story.
The US terror list, arguably the most dangerous list in the world. And if you're on the database, you'd assume there's no way out of being branded an international threat, right? Wrong. If you want your name scratched off for good, here are your options. You could become a friend of a friend. The chief of Hezbollah, a Lebanese Shia political and military movement with links to Iran, says the United States offered the group the chance to be removed from the international terror watch lists. But there was a catch.
I got a message from the US Vice President saying that the US is ready and that we'll be a part of the Lebanese government, get billions of dollars and be removed from the terror lists, but under two conditions. The first one is that we'll work for the Americans, and the second is that we'll stop resisting the Israeli occupation.
Israel's our very firm and strong ally.
So basically, as long as you're nice to Washington's friends. And for further proof that money talks, look no further than the People's Mujahideen Organization of Iran. Doesn't matter that you killed American personnel and civilians. Hiring top-notch lobbyists will do the job. Politicians will back you at rallies.
People who are Islamic, but who are modern and secular.
And TV ads will proclaim your innocence from TV screens.
Tonight, 9 Eastern.
MEK is Iran's democratic opposition, working for a nuclear-free Iran founded on human rights. Unjustly listed a terrorist group, MEK is the victim of violence by the radical regime in Iran and their Iraqi allies.
This next option is simple. Just sit and wait until the tag's removed. Nobel Peace Prize winner Nelson Mandela waited till days before his 90th birthday. What a nice present from Washington. And 5 years later at his funeral, all was forgiven and forgotten.
To the people of South Africa, the world thanks you for sharing Nelson Mandela with us. His struggle was your struggle. Madiba would emerge as the last great liberator of the 20th century.
So Mandela, now widely seen as an international hero, was branded as an international threat for decades, while Syrian militants, Jaish al-Islam, accused of even caging civilians and using them as human shields, have never been branded as terrorists by Washington.
Is this like a red line for you that you will not designate Ahrar al-Sham and Jaish al-Islam as terrorist organizations?
You know, on the battlefield, there are groups that mesh together, or individual fighters or groups of fighters. It's not a clean situation all the time.
So it appears that being on the US terror list may have little to do with actually being a terrorist. However, it is using what you might call the carrot and stick approach, a rather handy way for a government to achieve its strategic goals.
If you look and see who's been designated as a foreign terrorist organization by the United States, they are always the governments that seek to be independent from the United States or have challenged U.S. hegemony in their area or in their country. Thus, the label is purely political. It doesn't really say anything about terrorism or about the people who are sanctioned under the FTO, Foreign Terrorist Organization label. It's a form of